If you have a Samsung phone, after watching this video, you'll be able to customize it like a pro. But if you have a Samsung phone running OneUI 8, you'll be able to customize it like a Pro Max. Hi, I'm Ashad. This is Trakin Tech English, your destination for detailed, incisive tutorials. So first things first, let's start off by setting the vibe. And that is by changing the wallpaper on your screen. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to change your wallpaper because even you can do that. But do remember that both OneUI 7 and OneUI 8 actually offer you the capability to add dynamic wallpapers, live wallpapers, videos, GIFs, whatever you want, anything with motion. And the best part is you can actually apply them separately to your lock screen and your home screen. And you know what? You don't have to go around searching for those wallpapers. I will link a full zip file of 4,000 different wallpapers that Tanishq has personally curated for you guys. So Samsung's Themes app is actually a rabbit hole. You can change the entire look, whether you want to change the icon shapes, font styles, lock screen clocks, every single thing. But if you want more control, then I would suggest downloading the Good Lock module, Theme Park. Now, Theme Park lets you build your own theme. If you want a full black AMOLED-friendly UI, you can do it right from here. You can even create your own theme by building custom icon packs, adjusting font thickness and color palettes, and matching the UI with the wallpaper automatically. The second Good Lock module that you should add on top of this is the Clock Face module. Now, this one lets you tweak your lock screen and AOD clock styles. There are digital, analog, playful, and even minimal styles. You can even make it to match your wallpaper dynamically, which I found really cool. Now, here are some basic home screen tweaks that you can do by default in OneUI 7 and OneUI 8, and I think that you should always do that to make it, very personal and customized. For example, you can enlarge folders, you can add stacked widgets in different sizes, you can turn off icon labels for a cleaner home screen look, which is something that I absolutely love. Now, these were your basic customizations that you can start off with. And if you want to go to the intermediate level, then you have to hit the subscribe button. Done? Let's move on. Now we enter the land of the best Samsung Good Lock modules, and I call this Samsung's official sandbox for Android tinkerers. Now, Home Up is by far the best Good Lock module if you ask me. You can change your home screen grid, you can change your recents layout, you can change the smoothness of your animations, you can do a bunch of things. Honestly, so advanced that I actually wanted to make like a detailed video on just Home Up. But here are the essentials. So with Home Up, you get free icon placement, so you can move that around anywhere you want. You get sticker overlay on folders. So if you create a folder, you can have a sticker instead of the folder icon. You also get the option for, good old Samsung style horizontal app sorting. And lastly, you also get insane gesture customization options. You can choose how the recent apps appear. You can change the animation tuning to different presets or even customize the animation tuning for yourself. While I do agree Oxygen OS has the best animation, does it give you this much amount of control? You can also use double or triple tap on the phone's back to launch apps or take screenshots. Of course, this is inspired from the iPhone. Now, this was Home Up, but Navstar is also damn cool. With Navstar, you can completely redesign the navigation bar, you can add custom icons, you can adjust the button layout. It basically fully customizes your navigation bar layout or gestures. And one of my other favorite Good Lock modules has to be One Hand Operation Plus. Now with this, basically you can add side swipe gestures to open apps. In fact, with OneUI 8, you do get improved back gesture support, and it's a cool app. You should definitely try it out. Now, if you're one of the very few Samsung users who likes using the Samsung keyboard, then Keys Cafe is perfect for you. Honestly, I know I'm gonna get hate for this in the comments, but I really don't mind the Samsung keyboard app. Anyway, with Keys Cafe, you can actually change the shape, the height, and the width of individual keys to suit your typing style perfectly. You can also enable cool key press effects, sparkles, and even sound effects to make typing fun. You can create fully custom keyboard themes with your own colors, fonts, and backgrounds. And finally, we have Lockstar. Yes, if you are somebody who likes customizing the lock screen like I do, then this is lock screen customization plus. So with Lockstar, you can basically reposition the clock, music widget, and shortcuts anywhere on the lock screen, wherever you want. Now you can also create and switch between multiple lock screen layouts for work, travel, or night mode. Now in OneUI 8, Lockstar lets you customize the AOD layout just like the lock screen, including the clock placement and the widgets, which I think is really cool. And if you're a OneUI 8 user, then with Lockstar, you actually get the morphing clock face. So basically, if you're using a wallpaper for the lock screen, which has a proper prominent focused subject and a background, then the clock face will automatically morph itself and move around to ensure that it doesn't obstruct your view of the subject itself. Now, iOS did that very well with iOS 18, HyperOS does it, OneUI, OxygenOS does it. Now, Samsung with this can do it as well, and it's damn cool. All right, now it's time to go full nerd mode, or what I'd like to call full Tanishq mode. Now, you know about Samsung's Routines app? Well, GoodLock actually gives you something called Routines Plus. So basically, you can automate tasks like changing sound profiles, wallpapers, or power settings based on the triggers like time, location, or Bluetooth connection. So I'll tell you how Tanishq uses this, right? I mean, he automates the brightness level and the wallpaper based on the time of the day. So basically, if he is using the phone in the night, then he would want like a very dark wallpaper with the brightness set to less than 50%. And he's done another thing where if the phone connects to a Wi-Fi network, then it automatically switches off mobile data using Routines Plus. How smart is that? I'm gonna do this. It's so customizable that it can actually check for weather information from the phone itself. And in OneUI 8 especially, it will give you a command saying you might need to carry an umbrella, it might rain. Second module in the Customize OneUI 8 like a nerd is Sound Assistant. It does what it says. Basically, you could set different volume levels for individual apps, which is perfect for lowering game sounds while keeping YouTube loud. What? Why does Tanishq do this? Change the look and the position of the volume panel with different skins, sliders, and layouts. I also find Noti Star really cool. Basically, with this module, it can view and retrieve old or dismissed notifications even after you have accidentally cleared them. You can also easily search through your entire notification history. In fact, you can even enable a Noti Star shortcut on your lock screen so you can check past notifications without actually unlocking your phone. Next up, we've got Multi-Star. It can run any app in split screen or pop-up view, even if the app doesn't fully officially support multi-window mode. Let's see iPhone do that. And you can also reopen your last used split screen combo exactly as it was. You can also enable multi-window inside games like chatting in WhatsApp while gaming. It works even in full screen games like BGMI. Now, also for the OneUI 8 users in the audience, which are obviously going to be very few, considering that it hasn't rolled out officially to a lot of phones yet, there are some hidden gems that I must talk about. For example, you can get a new private album inside the Gallery app that's faster to access than Secure Folder. And now Brief also displays the name of the person who's calling you, which is something that I actually wanted. So after customizing Samsung phones to this level, it actually reminded me of the glory old Android days, where we used to tinker with custom OSs. Remember Lineage OS, Evolution X, and Resurrection Remix? Oh man, good old days. Now to run all of these operating systems, I remember that we had to actually, root our phones, flash the ROM, and then go ahead and customize the phone itself. This means that your phone's warranty would be void. So you don't have to worry about all of that with Samsung's GoodLock modules, which I think is such an underrated app, just like Samsung Pay is, which is also a reason why a lot of people are still sticking to Samsung phones, because it's just so good in these specific aspects. So hopefully this video would have helped you figure out how to customize OneUI 7 and OneUI 8 like a pro. Now, if you want to customize this specific look that Tanishq has for his S25 Edge screen, we'll put how to do that in the first pinned comment below. Go check that out. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.